All right, everybody, good afternoon. Thanks so much for watching News Now, which is a part of Fox10Phoenix.com. My name is Pilar Arias. Happy Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week. Feel free to let us know where you are watching from, how you found News Now, what you thought President Trump's rally last night. A lot of you still talking about it, but again, hope you're having a fabulous day. I'm hearing some echo there, so I had to check the audio. I got some top stories ready to go for you from across the country. Start right here in the valley, though. Phoenix, Arizona. I got to make sure I get the right lower third up for you all. You know the drill. All right, so this first one is about Arizona ranchers concerned over potential fire evacuations. We've had several wildfires already this season, probably the most serious, but still not in threatening any buildings, any homes, is the Woodbury fire in the Tonto National Forest, Superstition Mountains. And yesterday I was actually able to see some of the smoke from the Woodbury fire coming over the Superstition. So our very own Matt Galka, I believe, has this story. Let's get the latest.
There's only one way in and one way out to this neighborhood.
Chuck Hammerlin lives in an unincorporated part of Pinal County near Apache Junction. The neighborhoods are also close to where the Woodbury fire is burning in the wilderness of the Superstition Mountains. Hammerlin and his neighbors are worried about the worst-case scenario.
And now with this fire over here in the back, you know, yeah, it might be 5 miles back there, but it's burning on that ridge, the Woodbury fire. And I mean, this is all dry tinder. If something happens, I mean, we'll look out for each other, but we have animals, we have families up here. You know, I mean, we just need another access.
A number of neighbors have animals that would be difficult to move during an evacuation. Pinal County Supervisor Todd House says he's been working on the issue since other roads closed over the years.
They're asking for when are we going to evacuate. Well, no, there's no real reason to evacuate yet, but there could be. And so that's what gets everybody's interest. That's what piques their interest in trying to get things done.
People in the area don't want to wait until it's too late to find out if the road can accommodate everyone in an emergency.
And it's a bad situation, and we don't want a critical event causing a problem to bring it to national attention.
Taking a live look now at the big board, Dow Jones Industrial. Look at that spike there on the right-hand side. Currently up about 70 points, well above that 26,000 mark and above the 26,500 mark even. Good day for those who invest in stocks. All right, let's continue on with our top stories now. We are going to be taking a look at this next story about a kid's lemonade stand robbed. They're just trying to make a couple extra bucks, right? We'll find out how much money this robber got away with and the reaction to what happened.
We just didn't see that coming at all.
Alex, Ian, Isaiah, Tyrell, Cedric, and Augie are all between the ages of 9 and 13. They've been working hard daily to sell lemonade and Oreos at 36th Street North in Garrison, trying to raise enough money to transform Alex's garage into a hangout spot.
Well, we call it our man cave, and it's our hideout.
As they were braving the heat Tuesday afternoon, a man stole more than $100 and a cell phone from them. He's described as being bald with a black beard, driving a brown Chevy SUV.
People were being nice until this guy came.
My son, I try to teach him how to get out and make money on his own, not try to panhandle or steal or rob anybody, and this is what happens. And so I'm very upset.
While defeated at first, the boys soon had their spirits lifted. A kind stranger purchased some new lemonade and Oreos for the boys and dropped off a cash donation. The boys tell me they're determined to bring their business back even stronger than before.
We need to work together to make smart choices, not to leave the money out.
Keep going. We're going to keep going.
Continuing on with our top stories, and hello again, everyone. My name is Pilar Arias. Happy to be here with you and bringing these stories from across the country. Feel free to check in. Let us know where you are watching from, how you found the News Now stream, and let's see those thumbs up emojis if you're a subscriber. If you aren't just yet, it just takes one little click. Then you can hit that bells for notifications and be notified anytime we go live with breaking news from across the country. And since we do have live feeds everywhere, you never know when we might be in your neck of the woods. And we're national, we're worldwide here too, because you never know when we might have a Fox camera and where it might be able to bring it to you, just like we've been able to show the Eiffel Tower lately for the World Cup, and that's pretty extraordinary right there. All right, now we have family reaction in regards to a South Bend officer involved shooting. That's the next top story right here on News Now.
Sergeant Ryan O'Neill is on administrative leave during the investigation into Sunday's shooting. We reported last night that O'Neill was disciplined once in 2005 for hitting a pole with his police car. He also has 4 commendations during his time on the force. When I talked to Logan's cousin today following a community radio program, he wasn't surprised about the internal affairs investigation into O'Neill.
I don't play the race card, period. It's sad to say, and the community know, we do have race police officers here in South Bend, Indiana.
But when we reached out to South Bend Police to confirm the validity of the documents, they had a very different response. Spokesperson Ken Garcia said, quote, "The screenshots appear to be a segment of one person's testimony on an internal affairs investigation. The assertions presented were determined to be not sustained at the conclusion of the investigation." Logan's family would like to see state or federal investigators take over the investigation into O'Neill.
The wife of Eric Logan expressed her concern having South Bend Police do the investigation. You heard from the community here today. They don't want South Bend or the city, county to do any investigation.
Sergeant Ryan.
All right, everybody. Got the latest there on that South Bend officer-involved shooting. Well, a lot of people have seen the X-ray image for this next top story I have for you. It is the follow to the boy who survived a knife to his head. I believe it was a 10-inch blade, but Megan Dillard is here to get us all caught up with the details.
Well, this is the spot out in Eli's front yard where his family said he fell and took a 10-inch blade to the face. They say it was an accident. It's quiet out here now. Eli Gregg's family, they just want him home.
I love that me and my brother get to hang out a lot and play a lot of games together.
They say Thursday night, one of the boys found an old knife in the yard, and on the way into the house to give it to Mom, Eli ended up landing on it face first.
I can't really explain it. Like, it's just, it kind of happened very quickly.
It looked pretty grim. It was scary. They said there was a possibility of stroke, the possibility that he could lose the sight in one eye.
The interview with Eli, his mother, and his doctors comes to us from the University of Kansas Health System, where Eli was rushed for a Friday morning procedure to remove the blade.
This is the key, the carotid artery.
That's the artery that provides blood to the brain. They're calling this 1 in a million.
It could not have had a pound more force on it and him survive that event. I don't think he would have survived it.
After you sit down and think about it, you realize it really was a miracle. I mean, he was in micrometers from not walking off the property.
His stepdad, his brothers, they all just want him home.
Because I really wanted to play some more games with him before he actually went away.
He says he's going to stay away from sharp objects.
I finally get to see the rest of my family. I get to go home.
His family says it's lonely here with Eli and his mom still in Kansas City. Doctors are still keeping an eye on him. He's hoping to be home by Tuesday. In Redfield, Kansas, I'm Megan Dillard, Fox 4 News.
All right, everybody, I got one more top story for you, at least on this segment here on News Now, which is a part of fox10phoenix.com. I know it's not Thursday or Friday, and by the way, we haven't had one of those in a while, right? You know, where I bring you animal-related stories on Thursdays and Fridays. But this is an animal-related story on a hump day on a Wednesday, and it's about puppy dog eyes. It appears that they've not just evolved, but that the puppies just might know exactly what they're doing when they give them to us.
Give me a hug.
Nathaniel Garber Schoen brings his dog, Kangaroo, with him to work every day at Garber Hardware in Chelsea.
Roll over. You gotta roll all the way over.
As you can see, Kangaroo loves to show his owner affection, especially when treats are involved.
I love my dog. He's like a child to me, you know, as ridiculous as that might sound to people with actual children. I love him like a family member.
A new study shows treating our dogs like our family members has consequences. Researchers found since dogs began to live with people, they've changed over time. During the last 30,000 years or so, dogs have evolved in both how they act and how they look.
They found a muscle that's in a dog's eye that helps them to raise their eyebrows that you don't find in a wolf, which are dogs' ancestors from a long time ago.
Andrea Arden is an animal behavior expert. She says the study in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences backs up what she's found in her own work. Dogs are trying to communicate with us. Scientists doing this study labeled the expression AU101 inner eyebrow raise. The unscientific term, puppy dog eyes.
For many, many years, we have proactively bred dogs and surrounded ourselves with dogs that are very expressive. That expressiveness allows us to feel more connected to them and kind of in a lot of ways see ourselves in them.
So don't take those puppy dog eyes for granted. The bottom line, dogs over time have figured out how to look at us so we love them even more.
I don't think I needed a study to know that my dog was trying to communicate with just about anybody he can communicate with.
In Chelsea, Sharon Crowley, Fox 5 News.
Ah, too cute. All the dogs in that story. Absolutely adorable. Okay, we are live with the Arizona Department of Transportation, ADOT for short camera. This is the I-10 at 16th Street. It is still lunch hour here for a lot of people, coming up on 12:25 in about 10 or 11 seconds. But yeah, look at that traffic. There's definitely cars on the roadway. Steady movement for the most part. A little bit of people slamming on their brakes there, but for the most part, things are flowing quite well. Doesn't appear to be any fender benders, traffic accidents, which is good news there. Hey, don't go anywhere. More news now is just moments away. Please like, share, subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.